in your headlights. Always awake when waking up in the dark nights. Once so frightened, now enlightened through distortion. Headless horseman through distortion, through distortion. Different planes heading out to the same place. Map in the skies. I can't wait to see your face. We are all coincidences, accepting idiosyncrasies. Keep confidences, confidences. I just couldn't say what it takes to make you laugh, what it takes to make you stay. It's not about today. You point to the future and then you walk away like scenes in plays. Different days, different ways, different days. Coincidences, accepting idiosyncrasies. Keep confidences, confidences. I just couldn't say what it takes to make you laugh, what it takes to make you stay. It's not about today. You point to the future and then you walk away like scenes in plays. Different days, different ways, different days, like scenes in plays. Different days, different ways, different days.
The Charlatans sounding fantastic on BBC Six Music with the title track of the new album, Different Days. Thank you so much for coming in to tell us about it.
Thanks, Lauren.
And very best of luck with all of the live dates. And of course, that launch in Manchester this week, I think it's going to be really, really special. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. You're with Laverne, and I'm in the live room with my guest today, the Charlatans. Hello there. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good, thanks.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. Lovely to see you all. And actually, not too long after the last record. I mean, only a couple of years on. You're obviously very keen to get back into the studio and bring us Different Days. How are you feeling about its release?
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Was it quite a kind of quick turnaround on this record?
Yeah, well, we felt that it, we felt really happy about Modern Nature, and it just felt like a natural thing to go in and kind of, I don't know, try and better it or try and equal it or whatever. We felt that was the right thing to do.
Tell me about the title, choosing that.
Well, we had a song called Different Days, and it was kind of inspired by the fact that it was a different time than when we released. It felt very different in every way, really.
Yeah.
So
I think it's funny, isn't it? It must be an interesting point to reach, get into this 13th album release. Not many people have the luxury of that. I think it's a really special thing. But also, there's kind of there are no preconceptions about what a 13th record is. Like, by that point, you get to make it up for yourselves, I would have thought.
yeah, very much its own story, really. You know, we brought a lot of friends in, you know, to come and play with us and come and contribute and come and share some good times with us. Really.
Yeah, a lovely kind of mix of collaborations on this record. You've got Johnny Marr in there, Kurt Wagner from Lamb Chop, Paul Weller, I think, has been doing some bits and bobs with you, Ian Rankin, also doing some spoken words. How did you decide who to work with and where they would fit on the record?
Well, it kind of began with Stephen Morris and Gillian Gilbert. They came over, and Johnny Marr came over for a cup of tea and ended up staying for 3 songs. And Sharon Horgan came up to do some backing vocals. Wanted to see the studio and kind of like just get involved. And it was just. And then there was a few other people like you know, Martin was keen to get Ian Rankin's voice on there because, you know, no one tells a story like, you know, a Scotsman, you know, and Ian Rankin writes a good story as well.
Absolutely, and he's such a big music fan. I'm sure he was equally pleased to be in the mix.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do a couple of tracks for us today. Is it going to be the single first?
Yes.
Can you tell us anything about Plastic Machinery before we hear it?
Well, it was a kind of, you know, a later track, and it was inspired by, Ian Rankin suggested that, you know, if it is about the ruling class, then it's made of, you know, kind of plastic and, you know, it's a little bit fake.
Okay, over to you. This is the Charlatans live on Six Music. The Charlatans live on BBC Six Music performing Plastic Machinery from the new album Different Days, which is out on Friday. Thank you very much for that, guys. Thank you. So we're talking about the new album coming out, and obviously, you know, you guys have been working on plans to launch it and to launch it in Manchester for quite a long time. I mentioned it on air a few times.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is going to be such an exciting thing, and obviously the event that you've been planned after the events of this week is taking on quite a different complexion, but you are going to be going ahead, right?
Yeah, we're still doing it. It'll be kind of, you know, maybe a different kind of celebration. We were, you know, planning to do it for the celebration of the album being released, but I think now we'll be kind of like concentrating on, you know, just spending time with people really, and kind of like, you know, just celebrating the city of Manchester really. Yeah,
I mean, you're going to hold it in the Northern Quarter. Tell me what's happening and why you chose to do it there.
Well, it started off really as a sign-in session at Piccadilly Records, which is one of our favourite records shops in the world.
Such a good shop. Yeah. Amazing, yeah.
But then we didn't want to leave everybody out. So, you know, we've drop-lifted things, records and books and all that kind of stuff in Oxfam, so we wanted to include them.
I'm sorry, drop-lifted? Can you
drop-lifted, yes. Well,
back up?
Back up. Instead of like, you know, shoplifting.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. So you put something there that you would like someone to find, and maybe
lovely.
they could donate some money towards a charity or something like that, towards the charity.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be Oxfam. It can be any kind of, you know, donatory thing. You know,
okay.
But good cause.
So you've left some Charlatans merch in key locations.
Yes, that kind of thing. And, you know, there's basically, to cut a long story short, lots of freebies and lots of exciting stuff. And the chip is involved.
That's a good start, isn't it? And there's going to be good coffee, I assume?
Well, you know, Tim Peaks is going to be there. Everyone's getting involved. All the record shops, all the, you know, bookshops and all that.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
It's such a fantastic part of the city. I mean, when you were kind of spending time there, growing up, and you know, in the early kind of phases of the Charlatans, what do you remember it being like back then?
Well, I mean, you know, Mark always disagrees that Affleck's Palace is not on Oldham Street. He says it's on Tib Street, but I mean, there is an argument to be had. But I say it's Oldham Street, and I spent a lot of time in Affleck's Palace, and you know, looking at bootleg cassettes and stuff like that, and buying a lot of records and clothes, and you know, just walking around there and feeling great.
And to be part of, you know, such a kind of important part of the city's music history must be really important to you guys. Oh, yeah. I mean, it just, you know, it's everything, yeah. Okay, so it's going to be happening, and that's taking place, when is it? Is it Friday or is it tomorrow?
It's actually on Friday, and it's from 7 o'clock in the morning. You can pick up you know, a lanyard with all the sort of like information that's on it, and it's all free, and it's kind of like, you know, just tells you what's happening throughout the day. It was going to end later, but you know, we're gonna I think it'll all be finished by 6, and then we're all Martin's DJing in the Lowry, and me and Mark are going to be playing an acoustic session at the Lowry in Salford later on in the day.
But as you say, I think you tweeted this morning and just kind of said it's actually quite a nice thing to just go and be together, just be with people.
I mean, I've seen a sort of vigil last night. It's just mind-blowing, really,
Yeah, well, listen, best of luck with that. We're going to have more live music from you guys very shortly, but for now, the Charlatans. Cheers. You're with Lauren on BBC Six Music, and I'm back in the live room with the Charlatans. Thank you very much for sticking with us. So, Tim, tell us a little bit more about the recording process for different days, because obviously you're kind of exploring the uncertain times that we're all living in, and that was part of the thought, I think, behind bringing friends and contributors into the mix.
Yeah, we just, we're living in very uncertain times, and we wanted to, just have this kind of social record, really, where all our friends popped in and we could check up on each other, and the idea of like keeping everyone together, really.
Yeah, and how much of a brief did you give them, and how did you work? Was it different for every person? I mean, maybe a few examples.
An example would be we had an instrumental that linked different days into Plastic Machinery, and it was kind of quite a 7-minute piece or something, but with an instrumental of like 2 minutes, and we wanted to link them together. And I said before, Martin had the idea of bringing Ian Rankin in to do that link, and the brief was the lyrics to Different Days and the lyrics to Plastic Machinery, and he tied the two things together, which kind of was brilliant. He recorded it on his cell phone on Hogmanay up in Edinburgh, and we were all there with him, and he watched him do it. He did it in one take, and that was a really beautiful thing. Alternatively, he would have gone into our studio and made a big deal out of it, and I think it would have not been quite as sort of like, Spy in the Woods kind of sounding.
Yeah, so it kind of brought the vibe, doing it in that DIY way.
Yeah, exactly. And, we had Donald and Derek Johnson from A Certain Ratio involved, said Stephen and Gillian, Pete Salisbury from The Verve, who's here with us today. He's kind of like normally the first person on our list of people to call. Exactly. On our call sheet.
Need some drums.
Yeah, and I can't think.
Anton Newcomb as well is obviously in the mix. He's a good mate of yours.
Well, yeah, I've known Anton for a long time. We used to be DJ partners in Los Angeles in the 90s, and it was a little bit messy at times, and he used to slow all the records down. I used to speed them all up.
A friendship, a lifelong friendship was born.
A lifelong friendship was born. He's remixed some Charlatans stuff in the past, and I've sung on some of his things. And he basically would send us ideas, and we'd talk via Skype, and he would kind of like instruct a few of his ideas over the Skype.
Okay.
And we would kind of like talk back, and then within minutes we'd have something.
And what about Kurt Wagner from Lamb Chop as well, or who is Lamb Chop?
Yeah, well, been friends with Kurt for a long time, and worked with him in the past as well.
He's down in Nashville, right?
He's in Nashville, but he was actually on tour, and we'd asked him to get involved. I asked him to get involved because I was interviewing him at Rough Trade about his new album.
Okay, yeah.
And he saw Johnny Marr's book lying around. I think it'd just come out. It was the week it was coming out, and he said, "I love that guy." That's he talks
a very good impression.
Thank you, thanks. And I said, "Well, he's actually playing on a record. Would you like to do something over his guitaring?" And he said, He's my main man.
Yeah.
So it was like we were making dreams happen.
Oh, man, what? That's just got an element of kismet about it. I love that. Speaking of Rough Trade, I think you're going to be there doing a kind of live set and signing, and like more informally in the next few weeks. Okay.
Yes, of course.
And what else have you got coming up? Because we've already talked about the Manchester kind of album launch, hometown show that's happening, but I think there are a few others in the pipeline. You're going to be gigging with the Cortinas soon.
Yeah, well, that's actually this weekend coming up as well, and that's at Old Trafford Cricket Club, and
Sound City in Liverpool.
Sound City in Liverpool, yeah. I'm doing it. I'm talking on one day. John Cale's talking on another day. Mark's playing with me. I think Is Martin DJ? Are you DJing that one, Martin?
I'm shopping.
He's shopping, is he?
Martin's shopping that day.
He's got a lot, and he's doing a big shop. Well, it is the weekend. That's fair enough.
We're dismantling the band this weekend and kind of like recreating it again, which is kind of a nice thing to do.
Oh, right, okay, so that's an acoustic show. And then I know that, various festivals through the summer, Open Air, Penfest, I've got Lake Fest and Victorious, but it
Right.
looks like there's a big tour planned at the end of the year.
Yeah, Manchester Apollo, Brixton Academy, Nottingham Rock City. I don't know the order of the dates. I don't know when it starts. Don't know when it ends.
All the details here. Nottingham, Sheffield, Wolverhampton, Manchester, Glasgow, Newcastle, Leeds, Cardiff, London, Dublin and Belfast. So starting on the 29th and going all the way through to the 11th. That's going to be exciting.
Very, yeah. I mean, we created something that we're all really pleased with, and we want to share it with the world.
It would be fun as well if you're kind of in the locality of any of your contributors on the album, that they could pop down and who knows.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it'd be great to have Ian with us, and we're not playing Edinburgh, but we could come to Glasgow, I'm sure.
Glasgow, and he's only pop on the train. It's an hour, isn't it? You can manage that.
He's DJ'd for us in Edinburgh before, which is quite good.
Well, if you go on stage and get a big round of applause, I'm sure maybe he'd be up for that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We'd love to hear another song if you don't mind. What's it going to be, and what can you tell us about it before we hear it?
This is the title track of the album, called Different Days, and on the record it features Stephen Morris and Sharon Horgan, and
Dream combo,
yeah. It was like very interesting. I don't know, I heard another voice on there, and it turned out that it was Sharon's. So
yeah, fantastic. I didn't know her background as a singer. Just know her as a kind of brilliant writer and actress and all those things.
Yeah, and Catastrophe was kind of like on the TV quite a lot while we were making the record, and we met her 5 years ago or something like that, and she'd been to a few of the shows, New York and Manchester, and a couple of London ones as well, I suppose. But it just seemed like, instead of going into a hat that said singer, would go into a hat that said something interesting, and see what happened. And she was very happy to come along. Yeah,
fantastic. All right, well, we'd love to hear it. Over to you, the Charlatans, live on Six Music with Different Days.